thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
The White House has released a list of 78 radical Islamic terrorist attacks that they feel have been widely underreported. Curiously missing from the list, however, are any and all attacks that have taken place in the Jewish state. The list comes following a series of comments made by United States President Donald Trump, in which he stated, quote, "In many cases, the very, very dishonest press doesn't want to report it. They have their reasons, and you understand that," end quote. The list includes attacks that took place all around the world between September 2014 and December 2016, and it includes incidents such as the attacks in Paris in November 2015 and the mass shootings in Orlando, Florida last June, and San Bernardino, California in December 2015. Terror attacks in Israel, however, just since September 2015, have numbered over 350 and include stabbings, shootings, vehicle ramming attacks, and a bus bombing. Former United States Ambassador to Israel Daniel Shapiro tweeted that the omission of any and all attacks in Israel from the list is really hard to explain and were genuinely underreported. Egypt has condemned the regulation law which the Knesset approved on Monday, saying it undermines the two-state solution. Egyptian Foreign Ministry spokesman Ahmed Abu Zaid said in a statement last evening that such unilateral measures would obstruct the efforts to revive the peace process between Israel and the Palestinian Authority. The regulation law came under fire from several countries. Jordan and Turkey, two other Middle Eastern countries to have diplomatic ties with Israel, strongly denounced the law as counterproductive to reaching a two-state solution to the conflict. Turkey's foreign ministry said Ankara strongly condemned the law, which gives approval to various settlements consisting of 4,000 units built on private property of the Palestinians. The EU delayed a meeting with Israeli officials in response to Israel's approval of the bill, and United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres slammed the passage of the law as well, calling the move illegal under international law. A section of the Israeli comptroller report regarding the 2014 war with Gaza that was released last month was just approved yesterday to be declassified along with the rest of the report. The previously blacked out portion was in regards to the 2014's government's handling of information regarding Hamas's attack tunnels, and was the only part of the report that remained classified until now. Yesh Atid Knesset member Karine El-Harar said that some of the section will remain redacted, however, as it contains sensitive information that can be used against the Jewish state. The contentious section of the comptroller's report allegedly contained damning evidence against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon with respect to their supposed failure to properly inform the 2014 Security Cabinet of the cross-border tunnel threat, and was leaked to the press weeks before it was slated to be appropriately released. Main complaints about the supposed handling of the issue was brought forth by both Education Minister Naftali Bennett and Yesh Atid Party Leader Yair Lapid. Both said that they were improperly and untimely notified of the extent of the tunnel issue and pushed for the report in its entirety to be released with the rest of the comptroller's document. At least 49 people were arrested last night around the country during ultra-Orthodox protests against the arrest of a young religious man who ignored orders to report to an army recruiting office. The protesters attempted to block central traffic routes in Bnei Brak and Jerusalem, clashing with police and throwing rocks. The protesters were mostly members of Rabbi Shmuel Auerbach's camp within the Lithuanian ultra-Orthodox community. Auerbach's faction is considered highly conservative and has been conducting a campaign for the last 4 years against efforts to include ultra-Orthodox men in the country's universal draft. His draft-age followers have been instructed not to respond when summoned to a recruiting office. Ultra-Orthodox Jews have been exempt from army service since the founding of the state, but their draft exemption has long been a controversial issue in Israel. The Jaffa military court has extended the remand of 5 Israeli soldiers who are suspected of receiving bribes from Palestinians in exchange for allowing their entry into Israel illegally. The commander of the group was arrested over the weekend after the soldiers were detained 2 weeks ago. The arrests follow a 6-month covert investigation based on intelligence received by the security forces. The 5 military policemen are suspected of accepting tens of thousands of shekels in bribes. A lawyer for the soldiers has denied the allegations. The soldiers allegedly accepted the bribes from Palestinians at a West Bank checkpoint in exchange for allowing them to enter Israel without the required permits. In August, IDF Chief of Staff Gadi Eisenkot said that an estimated 50,000 to 60,000 Palestinians enter Israel illegally every day in order to work by exploiting weak points in the West Bank security barrier.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.